All right, little small video on changing out a pressure switch, which is very common in the country because of this. Look at all them ants up in there. You see all them ants up in there? I didn't turn this thing off. Look at all them ants up in there. They get up in between this here, these contacts. There's one crawling there. I guess they're on a suicide mission because this, when you live in the country, you got these dang whales. You have constantly got to change this stuff out. Look at that. They all up in between them contacts. That's why that stain don't come on and off. So it's time to go ahead and change this pressure switch out. So you got your two black wires, your two white wires, your one's in and one's out. So what I'm gonna do, I always go by the phone. I always look at my videos when I don't get mixed up. That way I can make sure I put it back the same way I took it apart. This is the same thing. On this particular one, you're looking for a 40 to 60 psi. That's what you're looking for. I'm gonna go ahead and get with it and go ahead and change this out. Shouldn't have everything should be preset. Shouldn't have to mess with any of this. All you got to do is just swap it out. Screw this into your water sensor in the bottom right here, which comes up here, and cut your power back on. I done cut my power off. I'll make sure you cut your breaker off as well. There's nothing on here. Just make sure you cut it all off. I'm gonna go ahead and change it out now. Other problem I got to deal with is all these dang gnats. I don't know if you can see them on the video, but look at all them gnats just flying around. They flying everywhere. Look at there. Look at them. I don't know what it is. Look at there. They going right up, all them gnats. They going right up to that. Now the power is off. I don't know what's making them draw up in there, but them gnats they going right up into there too. Look at there. I guess I got to put some kind of poison or something around here to keep them things out. Them things just crawling up in there. Look at there. But like I say, the power is off, so I'm gonna go ahead and change this out. I guess I don't know what it is about ants. And these gnats, they all on a suicide mission. They like to get up in here. They crawl up in here. Look at there. Them dead ants up in there. There's a whole pile. I bet there's 100 ants up in here. Look at there. Now you got some. Look at that. Look at them ants. You can't have this in the country because that's why the majority of the time people live out in the country and they have whale problems. This is about 95% of their problem right here. Get all these bugs up in there. They say you can get some. What I'm gonna do is change all this out. When I change it out, I'm gonna put a couple they say you can put a couple mothballs in there, eliminate that problem. But what I'm gonna do is, it got me a little raid. I'm gonna spray it on the bottom, around the bottom. Don't spray it up here. You'll have you a fire. That stuff's flammable. I did that one time, and man, it was like a torch because that whole thing had to caught on fire, and I had to change it all out. So if you spray something, don't spray it up in here. Spray kind of around the bottom right here. Say you can get you a couple mothballs and put in there. That'll keep all them bugs out of there. So I'm gonna go ahead and change this on out so I can get me some water right now, because I need some water. I gotta have me some water. Okay, very easy swap. See how it lines up? Look, it's a little bit different. I turn it the wrong way. That's the way it goes, just like that. See right there. Okay, got them loose. Got this one loose. Got this one loose. I guess that's your inlet, and this is your outlet to your pump. I'm not sure, but nevertheless, your black wire. This black wire goes right here. This white wire goes right here. Your black wire goes right here on this side, and your white wire goes right here on this side. So your two inners are here, and your two outers are here. Your black here, black is here, and black is here on this one, and on this one here, white is here, and white on this one here is here. So and then you won't get mixed up. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap it out and put me another one on, put this new one on there. All right, back on this. Okay, usually it takes about 3/4 to loosen this up right here. I done got it loose and broke, so I'm gonna take this on off and just unscrew it like this here. Pull that out. Look at that, all that mess up in there, all that crud. That's part of it right there. I'm gonna get all that crud out of there. I need to buy a new one of these is what I need. But meantime, right now, I'm gonna get all that crud out of there, kind of fish it up out of there, kind of clean it up, put some new Teflon on. You gotta have Teflon tape. Take your new one, screw it back on, hook it all up, and there you go. You put your two black and your two white, turn it on, and there you go. But what this is, a lot of people make mistakes come winter time. They're afraid the pump will freeze up. Right here is the most important part right here. This is what freezes up. This is your sensor if this thing switch comes on and off. This is what freezes up right here. This is what you want to keep warm. You don't want to keep this warm. I've seen people, they'll take it like almost like a mattress and wrap this up and get it down to about 18, 20. Come out here the next day, you're laughing, I'm laughing. Water just spewing out all over the place and the thing's mattress is soaked down. And this part right here ain't even wrapped. This part right here is what freezes up. This is the most important part right here. What you could do, you could just wrap this up like I had it when I had that stuff on there. Of course, it's kind of tacky, all that mess. You really don't even need to wrap that. But this is the most important part. Just get you something. They got something you can just wrap this whole piece right there up under there. A little piece of rubber, or just make you something up. That's your important part. That's what you don't want to freeze. Or get you a little light. They even have a little, I guess they got some kind of, it ties in with this power somehow. You know, keep this part warm, but I wouldn't get that. Just wrap this up and you're good. As long as this right here is all good and wrapped, you probably can let that thing go down to 10 degrees and you're fine. You ain't got to wrap all this. That's senseless. I said it and went out there laughing. I told the lady, look, you wrapped the wrong thing. You don't wrap your dang tank. You wrap all this other stuff. You know, I mean, you can wrap all this if you want to up to here. I mean, it don't really matter. Wrap all the way down to the ground on both sides, like I got that right there. But right here, that's the most important part. That's what freezes up. That's what's gonna get you right there. All right, let me go ahead and re-Teflon this, clean this out, re-Teflon it, screw it back in, hook it up. I'm gonna go ahead and flip the switch and I'll have some water. In the meantime, another thing, while I'm sitting there doing this out in the country, you gotta drain these tanks every so often. So I don't got this thing opened up. I got all the water drained out. And usually you open this part up here, pull that out, and that way the air get in there, pull that water and get it all drained out and all that stuff. Get it all drained out. And you go ahead and knock out two things while you're doing this. You get your thing all, pump all drained out, and you change the switch out at the same time. That's what you gotta do when you're in the country. But let me go ahead and get all this done, clean all this mess up, and I'm gonna put all this stuff back together and turn my water back on. All right, I got a little something I can stick up in here, see if I can pull some of this stuff out. I mean, this is a little bit of the problem, but I don't think this is the most of the problem. You just knock that out of there. Kind of pull that stuff up out of here if you can. I don't think it's better to go ahead and clean this up out of here, clean it up, but I don't think this is really necessary. I do need to change this out and just put another one on there. Get all that off there best way I can. You know, like that. What I'll do is get a little paper towel and kind of clean it up the best way I can. You know. Yeah. Trying to pull this stuff up out of here the best way. That's it. That's about all I can do with it. Ain't much you can do with it. Get it good and cleaned off there. Look at all that crud. I don't think that has anything to do with it. But that's about all I can do on that. Kind of clean that up. Get all this old Teflon off here. I'll put me some new Teflon on here to get that old mess off there. Then I'll put me some new Teflon on there. Screw it back in. Fire it up. All right, I got my Teflon tape on. Make sure when you put it in, you want to screw it into the direction where you turn it. That way you don't have a big mess. You don't want to mess your Teflon up. You just take this thing right here, just set it on there, and just start screwing it in. Once you get it good and tight, see right there, get about right there. And go around one more time. See? Let's see here. Yeah, that's the way I had it right there. I think I can go one more time. See, go one more time around. I think I might go one more time. Yeah. That's it right there. That's it. That's it. Then run your wires back through here. Let's see. What did I do with them pieces there? These seals right here. Just like this right here. Run them through. Run your wires back through. One goes on this side. This one here. Right here. This here. Black and black. Black on this side on this one. On this side here, black on this side, and white and white. White here goes here, and white here goes here. Hook it up, turn your power on, and once you cut your power on, it'll come on up, get up to about 35, 40, and shut off. Mine's set for about 40, 45. It'll shut off, and that's it. Then you have water. What I'll do is I'll shut all this up. If you got this top part loose, put that back in. That's when you drain it out. Shut this off. Turn your power on. Pressure up. It'll shut off normally between 30, 35, 45. So mine's set around on along in there. It'll shut off right along there. That's pretty much it. And you'll have water. Another thing, like I say, keep this part wrapped, because this is what freezes up right here. That's your little water. A little bit of water comes up through there. Lets this know when to turn on and off, when to build that pressure up. So that's what you want to keep wrapped. All right, another thing. What I'll do is I'll get me a little box cutter and I'll clean these terminals off here too. Kind of get up there and scrape all this and get all that green off of it. That way I can get good contact. So I'm gonna go ahead and hook all this back up. Okay, got it all hooked up. What I did on these here, I just used these old ones. I just pulled these back and cleaned them up and pulled them out. And I'm just gonna sit here and just do right here. Just push that down in there like that, seal that up just like that. I just used them old ones. So we got all this hooked up now. And I thought I was gonna get wet. Like I say, you just kind of just hand turn that till it stops. You don't want to overturn it when you put this piece on here. Like I say, you want to cover this up when it gets cold. It's all hooked up now. So all I got to do now, take that there, right there, stick it down there, stick it in there, screw it in there right here. There's your cap, tighten it up. And close your faucet, make sure your faucets are all closed up. And if you got this off, put you some Teflon up, make sure you got that back on there, you got that on there, all drained out, all good to go. That's back on there. Ready to turn the power on and get her run up. Got me some water. I also had 3 wires on here. I went and hooked my grounds up here. I went ahead and just put both grounds. Ground on this one, this side here, ground on this here, just hooked it on this one here. So I'm ready to go ahead and hook this thing up and get this thing going. Okay, another thing I want to stress. Make sure when you make sure you got these separate. Make sure you got this one here running in here. You got this one here on this side and this one here over here on this side. So this one here goes here, black here goes here, white here goes here. On the other one here, black goes here on this outer one here, and your white wire goes right here on this other one here. And of course you've got 3 wires, you can go ahead and ground them here as well. So make sure you don't get them things messed up or reversed, because you can mess it up. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing turned on. Flip your pump on at the breaker, which I done did. On. Put your lid on there. And bam, I got it going. Actually, this is where I want it. I forgot the dang thing needed to be changed out so long because all that stuff was clogged up. I couldn't ever get no more than 35 or 40. So that's perfect right there. 55, got good pressure on there. There you go. See, it done bent, went back down. But what it'll do, Gets down to about 35, it'll kick in and then go back up to 55 and cut off. So that looks very good. So that's it. Good to go. Got water. Now another thing. I did a lot of trimming and with my little dike cutters there, whatever you want to call them. Weed cutters. Make sure you get all your weeds cut up around here. You don't want all that. That's part of the problem too, because lots of times a lot of them critters like to get up here and live where all them weeds are. So get it all good and clean around there and cut all that mess out. Problem is I never had a gate. I always used a ladder to climb this thing. And I got me a gate. You know how we always wait till the last minute something tears up? Well, I'm gonna take this little gate I made several years back. I'm gonna put that right here, that way I have a gate. That way I ain't gotta keep using the ladder to crawl up the wire every time I want to drain the pump or change the switch out. So I'm gonna go ahead and put me a gate up here. Got it all cleaned up, got it running, got me some water. And that's it. Talk to you later. This sure is a nice windy day out here. Now the rain can come on and start raining. Got water. This is what the water messed up. Starting to wash clothes. Wash them now. Plug this thing back in. Hit the button. All right. Hit the button. Start washing clothes. Talk to you later. Another thing you need to do, keep these bugs out temporarily. Get you some of this ant spray right here. Spray right here on the bottom, right around here. Here. That'll help till I get me some mothballs. I'm gonna take some mothballs and put up in there. But it's kind of a bad time to do this because here it's fixing to rain. All it's gonna do is wash all that stuff off. But I'm gonna go get me some mothballs and put up in here. And that's gonna be about it. Talk to you later.